Hey y'all, well we're on the road again. This time we're headed to Pecan Park, Riverside RV Park on the San Marcos River, just outside of San Marcos, Texas.
Yeah, we'll show you around the park and explore a little bit of San Marcos. So stick around.
So on our trip to San Marcos, we stayed at Pecan Park, Riverside RV Park, where we've stayed before, and we have a video on it in case you missed it. We'll link to it in the description. But it's a nice little park, lots of trees and things in the established area. They've got ice. They've got the offices upstairs, but if stairs aren't your thing, they also have an elevator to take you up to the office and activity room. This is the office. It's a family-owned and operated campground. In their store up here in the office, they've got some RV accessories. They've got some things you might need for enjoying the river, like river shoes and tubes and sunblock and some snacks. And then they've got a variety of pamphlets to give you information about things to do in the San Marcos area, because there is a lot to do in the San Marcos area. So that's an awesome source of information.
Yeah, now here in the activity room, they have coffee every morning, coffee and tea. They have a little play area for the kids. You can come in and rent a video or get a video to watch, or you could watch it in here if you want. And they also have an oven in here. You want to bake some cookies? Well, they'll let you come on in and bake some cookies if you want to. If you need propane when you check in, they do have propane, as well as they sell firewood. And what's really cool is they deliver it to your site.
That was pretty neat. And then they do have a swimming pool. It's an indoor swimming pool, which is kind of unique, and it's underneath the office and activity room. And it was certainly clean while we were there. We didn't use it though. We were so busy doing things.
Yeah, we were on the go. Well, here we're headed towards our site. We'll give you a look here at our site that we had, and it was a beautiful one.
Yeah, they've got different levels of campsites here in the park. Ours had a concrete pad for the picnic table. It had a picnic table. It had a fire pit, which is really unusual for RV parks. Lots of shade, which was awesome. Pretty much any size rig could fit in this site, which was also a great thing. And look at the view we had. We overlooked the San Marcos River.
Yeah, right out our windshield here. Nice thing to wake up to every single morning.
That's for sure.
And the river was a little high when we were here. Normally you'd see a lot of tubers and stuff down here, but due to all the rain and everything, they weren't tubing. But it is, I think now, able to tube. I mean, when we left, the level I think was just getting about right to be able to tube.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful river, always nice and cool, so that's awesome. So one of the first things we did in San Marcos was we went 15 minutes away from the park to Ivar's River Pub to get a bite to eat. There's a great restaurant, nice service, good food, sits right on the San Marcos River across from Rio Vista Park. So sit outside on a beautiful day and enjoy the view.
Incredible, incredible view. And the service here was phenomenal.
It really was, and the food was really good. They have burgers and sandwiches, salads, steaks, chicken, shrimp, seafood. Nice menu, great people. And the river is a little calmer here because of some damming, I think. Rio Vista Park right across there is a city park where you can put in tubes and things. So nice way to spend a beautiful afternoon. So we're at San Marcos Springs. Now, when I was a kid, this is one of the places we used to come, I think, every year. And it was called Aquatic Springs. And Aquatic Springs was a place where you could see a swimming pig and mermaids and glass bottom boats and nature trails, and it was just a super cool place. We used to always love to come. it's no longer here, but they still have some of the glass bottom boats and things. The springs, this is actually the headwaters for the San Marcos River. They're naturally spring fed. It says it pours forth millions of gallons of water every day, and it's on an escarpment that separates Highland, Texas from Lowland, Texas. So let's go see what's here.
$3 to park during the week, and it looks like the weekends may be free. So, got our ticket.
All right, we got our tickets for our boat tour, the classic boat tour. The glass bottom boats were part of the adventure back in Aquarina Springs, and I remember as a kid loving it. So I'm curious to see if it's everything I remember.
I've never seen it, so it's a first for me. So let's do it together.
So okay, we're here at, they call it the Meadows now instead of Aquarina Springs, and it's run by Texas State University. Very interesting. They think that people have inhabited this area for 12,000 years, which in their research shows that this is maybe the oldest continuously inhabited area in North America. And the people came here for the springs, a continuous flow of water pumping through. They said it's a constant 72 degrees. It's on the Balcones Escarpment, on the Balcones fault line. Across the river, that's the beginning of the Texas Hill Country. This side of the river is Flatland Prairie, Blackland's Prairie they call it. So this is a really interesting place if you're interested in geography or how the earth works. This is super cool. Today, this is a place of research, conservation efforts, research on water and ecosystems associated with that. And we've heard that folks come from all over to study this body of water. And there's some unique species, I guess, who call this place home. And we were just told that students at Texas State University are required to come here and take the glass bottom boat tour during their first year of classes to learn more about the area and what brought folks here to begin with. We just learned that Aquarina Springs was the first amusement park in Texas. It opened originally as an amusement park in 1929. So we're standing here at the beginning of the San Marcos River. These are the springs, the headwaters.
Yeah, serious history here that I had no idea. And the springs are really cool. The tour was really cool, and it's a donation to help them preserve this area. So, yeah, I thought it was really, really neat.
Yeah, I think it's definitely something you want to check out when you're in San Marcos. And it's, 10 minutes maybe from Pecan Park where we're staying.
Yeah.
So super easy to get to.
Oh, it looks real good. Got some corn on the cob, some pork chops, and some asparagus. Woo! That we're steaming in the pouch. So we're eating good tonight.
Yeah, we are. And we have a view.
Yes, we do.
Of the river.
And we're gonna have a campfire tonight. We're starting it, but we'll maybe show it a little bit later. Yeah, this is something really unique to us about Pecan Park, because very few RV parks that we've seen out there, none that we've seen lately, actually have fire pits. And we love doing a campfire. So this is pretty cool. When you come out here, we can do a campfire. They even sell wood. I mean, we love it. We love a campfire, and so it kind of gives it a campground feel. We do really, really like that. So, yeah, next time you come to Pecan Park, you too can have a campfire. Love our bacon and eggs in the morning.
So today we're checking out the San Marcos Farmers Market. It's right next to the Hays County Courthouse on San Antonio Street. Y'all know we love a good farmers market, and this one in San Marcos happens every Saturday morning from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. They also have a Tuesday market in the spring. Now this isn't a huge market, but it's a good market with lots to pick from, really nice produce, great meats, nice folks that we talked to, met a lot of good farmers here, all local. If you're looking for a list of farmers markets across Texas, I'll put a link in the description to our website, rvtexasyall.com, where we list over 80 farmers markets that we're aware of right now across the state and always adding. And they have Bluebell ice cream.
Bluebell.
So this is a cool little place in Martintown. I hadn't been there that long. It's been here since September 2018. It's called the Highway 80 Feed Barn. It used to be a cottonseed gin back in the day, and this is where they stored all their important paperwork and things inside this vault. So they have a restaurant up front with burgers and sandwiches and salads.
Yeah.
The catfish was really good. The burgers were really good.
Yes.
They also have an outdoor patio. They said they're building a beer garden, so that is to come. Looks like they have a stage.
Yeah, little stage. It's probably perfect for a Friday afternoon. Here's the event center that's just outside the restaurant, or just connected to the restaurant. Okay, today we're doing something really interesting. We're at the San Marcos Aquatic Resources Center, and we're just gonna check this out and see what it's all about. This is free, so we're gonna go check in at the office.
One of the groups of species that we work on are freshwater mussels, and those are imperiled. Many of them are candidates for listing, either as threatened or endangered. There's one species that is endangered that we have occasionally on station. I don't think we have any right now. That is the Texas hornshell mussel. We're trying to learn about these mussels, what they need to survive. These mussels go through a cycle. Their life cycle involves a parasitic stage, where they'll actually release their larvae into the water. It'll attach to the gills of the fish for a couple of weeks or so. Then they drop off and then they continue their life cycle. So they have to have a host fish in order to survive, and that's one of the problems. The fish disappears and the mussels can disappear.
Okay.
A lot of the mussels that we deal with, we know what those species are, the fish host species. Some of the mussels we're not so sure
So
what's
they
the
have
best.
specific types of
Some
fish.
of them do have very specific fish. Some are generalists and they can complete
go
their
with
life cycle
anything.
with almost any type of fish. What is it? Big Bend National Park. There's a
Wow.
couple of springs there where they live.
What are they called again?
They're called Big Bend Gambusia.
And it's mosquito fish?
Mosquito fish. They're called mosquito fish because they like to eat things on the top like little mosquito larvae and that sort of thing.
We like that.
Of course, they think I'm going to feed them, so they're all up
So
there.
they're all coming over.
We have a native species that's all over this part of the country called western mosquito fish that look very similar to these. These are genetically different. This population is endangered. We have a population here. We have a population at one of our other facilities in New Mexico. And then, of course, there's the wild population that is in Big Bend National Park. This species actually, it's been said, has gone down to only 3 individuals for the entire
Wow.
species, and that they were repopulated from them. So these guys are almost completely genetically identical, supposedly.
My God.
We have Texas wild rice. This is also an endangered species. It grows nowhere else except the first couple miles of the San Marcos River.
This is what
Wow,
David was talking
telling
about.
us about it.
This is Texas wild rice, and this is what it looks like. I guess this is what it would look like in the river. He hasn't been cutting these back. The ones that we have in our refugia population, actually, we keep them from reproducing, so we'll cut them back so that they don't produce seeds and pollen.
So back at Pecan Park, it was, it's a nice place to just sit and relax after a day of exploring.
We needed it too.
We stayed pretty busy during our trip to San Marcos, that's for sure. But then, of course, we have to make time for laundry.
Yeah, and it was a real nice laundry facility.
It really was. Everything was clean, and they even had air conditioning in there, which was really nice.
If
And
you
they had-
need to iron, they had ironing too.
Yeah. And then they had a kids' playground just outside.
Yeah, it looked relatively new.
And then we thought we'd show you a little bit more about the park. This is again the original section of the park. You've got some nice shade trees throughout. Some of these sites have pads for your picnic tables. Some of them have fire pits. Some of them have barbecue grills. Just a wide variety of different types of amenities and sizes of sites and things, but all, for the most part, nicely shaded in that original area.
Yeah, and this is the dog park here for this side, the original side, and of course everybody knows Star loves the dog park. And so she loves to play ball any chance she gets, and we love these big dog parks. And
Yeah, there was plenty of room in these parks here for her to really stretch out and run and play ball, which is always nice to find.
also, back on those sites, they do trim those trees on a regular basis too.
Yeah, in fact, while we were there, there was a company there trimming the trees for them.
Yeah.
And then this is the newer section. Like you see, not as many shade trees as of yet, but they do have some pull-through sites in this section. Also some back ends. It tends to be sunnier back here, so if you're coming during the summer, that is something to take note of. But we've stayed back in this section before, the first time we came.
Yeah,
and
it was okay.
Yeah, it was nice. The sites, you've got good space between you and your neighbor, which
Yep.
is good. And the gravel is well taken care of.
And here we're headed over towards the other dog park for that section. And it's a nice big one too.
Yeah, it is. She likes this one as well. Star can sniff out those dog parks, boy. She knows them as soon as we pull in. She knows where to go because she just loves them.
Yeah, it is funny.
So now we're at a place I always wanted to come to as a kid.
Yeah, Wonder World, and they evidently got this neat cave that we're going to go in, and the anti-gravity house, which I'm really looking forward to. So let's go on in and see what it's all about.
Should be fun. So Wonder Cave was discovered in 1893 by Mark Beavers, who was a former cowboy who was drilling for water where the parking lot is now, and guess what? He found a cave. So it became a tourist attraction in 1903, and they charged 10 cents for a candle and a guided tour of the cave. And since then, they've added a lot more things to it. And this section here, this train will take you to an area where you can see some animals that are brought in from sanctuaries. But my favorite part is the cave. I love a good cave tour, and Ashton did a fantastic job with us with the Wonder Cave. It's actually on the Balcones fault line, which is the only inactive fault line in North America. It was formed 35 million years ago, not by an underground river, but by an earthquake. It is a dry cave, and the parts would fit together perfectly side to side if another earthquake came through and lined them back up. Unbelievable. The park was bought in 1916 by A.B. Rogers, who you might recognize from Aquarina Springs, and he added the electricity and named it Wonder Cave. And here's another talk to a local kind of thing. David and the staff over at Pecan Park sent us over here to Aqua Brew to check it out, and it was awesome.
Yes, it was. It was a neat place. It was very new as well. We enjoyed the food, and the atmosphere is very cool. We're in downtown, and this is a neat place. It was recommended to us, Aqua Brew, and so far so good.
Oh yeah.
This queso is the bomb. It's very good.
And the beer is really good.
The beer is really good, and they brew it, obviously, right here.
You don't get much fresher than that.
Not much fresher.
So we're all packed up and ready to hit the next destination.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video of Pecan Park, Riverside RV Park,
Yep.
and San Marcos area. It's been a lot of fun. Really quiet here at Pecan Park, like it was the last day when we were here.
What we like about this park is it's always really quiet,
Yep.
and it's relaxing, and it's just outside of San Marcos, so everything you want to do in the area, you're not far from also New Braunfels or some of the other towns that have fun things to do, and there's a lot to do right in this area.
Yeah, a lot to do, as you saw some of the stuff on the video. And I mean, we really had a good time, and I strongly recommend coming to San Marcos, and you can stay here at Pecan Park, and you're close to just about everything. So,
Right.
you know, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up.
If you haven't already, please subscribe and join us on this adventure. We have a lot more fun stuff coming, so we'd love to have you join us.
Yeah.
And leave us a comment and let us know what you like to do when you're in San Marcos, because we will be back.
Oh, yeah.
And we've only just scratched the surface, I'm sure.
Yeah, we didn't get to go on the river. It was a little high, but looks like it's getting low, so people will be able to tube.
That's right. So until next time, y'all, safe travels.
And happy camping.
Bye.
Bye.